Hey, what's up, YouTube? Okay, so check me out, right? I've been meaning to make something to put on my scalp because, as you know, putting grease on your scalp is not a very good idea. So, I wanted to try to make something that I can moisturize my scalp with directly, like greasing my scalp, but so it's not like a petroleum-based, super thick grease that I'm just clogging up my pores with, right? So I wanted to try mixing some coconut oil and some shea butter together, and that was going to originally be my mixture, but then I thought maybe I could put a couple of other things in there that would make it better. So I have this African shea butter, 100% natural, and then down here at the bottom it tells you like exactly what you can use it for, and it's like a lot of stuff you can use it for, right? So I have some of that. I have my Nativia organic extra virgin coconut oil. I had to get it from a GNC. We don't have a Whole Food here in Wichita Falls. A lot of y'all probably won't even know what Wichita Falls, Texas is, but it's like right on the border of Oklahoma. I have my pure jojoba oil, 100% pure, and it's really, really good for hair, skin, and body multi-purpose moisturization. And I have my 100% extra virgin olive oil. It is great value, and it's just as good as the olive oil that's like not great value, but I got it from Walmart right out the grocery aisle because I wasn't gonna pay a whole bunch of money for no olive oil. So last but not least, I have my lavender oil, 100% pure. Now if you've noticed, everything I have is 100% natural. I don't want anything that I'm mixing together to be made of this, made of that, just a bunch of stuff, because you never know what chemical or product in this will mix well with that, you know what I'm saying? So I got everything 100% natural. So this is my bowl, my mixture, and it has the shea butter first, and it's only a little bit because this is the first time I'm trying it, so we'll see how it turns out in the morning. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator, but what I did was I put the shea butter in there first, and I put some jojoba oil, just a few drops of the jojoba oil, because it's not really thick. It's not very thick, but jojoba oil is it's one of those, not thick, but I want to say a little bit goes a long way, pretty much. So you don't need too much of that. I put about 6 or 7 little squirts of jojoba oil on top of all of the shea butter pieces. And as far as the shea butter goes, I took about 4 or 5 pieces just because this is my little trial and error run. Now I've done this before, which I was planning on doing, then I probably would have had exact amounts, but I only got a little bit right now because I don't want to just waste it if it turns out to be like sucky. So I got about 4 balls of shea butter, about this small, and then I put like 4 or 5 squirts of the jojoba oil on top of all the shea butter pieces. Next, I added the olive oil, and I put not quite a bit, but enough to where I could pretty much coat the bottom, kind of sort of, with the olive oil around the pieces. Olive oil is a really good moisturizer, so I wanted to make sure I had enough of that in there. And then last but not least, I put the coconut oil in. Now I use way more coconut oil than anything else because coconut oil is originally a solid, but it is really hot where I am, and as you can see, my coconut oil is a liquid. This stuff will melt at 76 degrees, so it melted and it hadn't frozen up since. So and shea butter will melt too. As you can see, there's no clumps of shea butter in here, so it did melt well together. But shea butter was a solid too. So I put more of the coconut oil in there so that when I do put it in the refrigerator, it won't have any problem forming up into that solid grease type thing that I need. Because jojoba oil and the extra virgin olive oil did not come in the form of a solid when I bought it, I didn't want to put too much of that in there for fear that it wouldn't give me that solid texture that I needed to. So I have my mixture, and the lavender oil, I'm waiting on my mixture to cool down a little bit, because when I put my lavender oil in, I don't want it to be it's just like when you boil water in a pot, the evaporation goes up. I don't want to put my lavender oil in here and then the heat from the oil pretty much makes the scent go away. I want to add it in there when it's a little bit cooled down. So I got it under the AC over here, and I want to add it in there when it's cooled down a little bit so that I can make sure that that scent get really well in there. Now, lavender oil is an essential oil, which means that you do not want to use a whole bunch of this stuff because it is really strong. And whenever you use an essential oil, you should always dilute it with a carrier oil, something like jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, any kind of oil, the olive oil, coconut oil, any kind of oil that's a carrier oil. You always want to dilute that with it, because it can be overpowering, and that's not what you want. So I'm going to put that in there last, and then I'm just going to put a top on it, and I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator, and then in the morning I will see how it comes out. So if you want to try it and mix it up together and see how it comes out for you, please do it. Let me know how it turned out for you, and hit me up with some comments. Holla at you.